Thank you, Rick, and good morning to everyone. We do have a lot to celebrate. I think back, this is 131 years of athletic competition here at the University of Colorado. The university was only 12 years old when we began intercollegiate athletics. And the rich legacy of this athletic program is intertwined in the history of this great university. And we also have another outstanding CU Athletic Hall of Fame class, 10 buffs and 5 sports, and 1 administrator who will celebrate in November, and we look forward to that. I'd like to acknowledge Joe Dupil. Joe is in his 3rd year as the faculty athletic representative to the NCAA, to the Pac-12. So Joe, thank you so much for the work that you do. I appreciate it. I also want to acknowledge our 30 coaches and staff members to date who've earned a perfect score on their most recent NCAA coaches certification exam. So congratulations. You know what? Stand up so we can recognize you if anyone else. All right. Good job. So we've also enjoyed a number of successes over the past academic year. We saw 74 student athletes graduate. Women's cross country won the national championship. Danny Jones won the national individual championship in cross country and the outdoor NCAA championship in the 5,000 meters. Eric Dengerud, as a freshman, won the NCAA freestyle ski championship. Men's basketball made it to the NIT. Lacrosse made it to the 2nd round of the NCAA tournament. Volleyball made it to the NCAA tournament. And 1 men's and 1 women's golfer each qualified for NCAA regions. So we do have regional, so we do have a lot to be proud of. And I also want to recognize our good friend in the back, Dave Platty, for earning just the 6th Lifetime Achievement Award ever presented from the Football Writers Association of America. Dave, congratulations to you. So Dave's catching up to me. He's been here, 41 years at the university and has worked well over 400 CU football games, including 410 consecutive games at one point. So Dave, again, congratulations to you. And Rick talked about academics and how well our student athletes did this year. And I just want to do a quick shout out to Chris Livingston and her team at the Hearst Academic Center for their work and support of our student athletes. So now we talked a little bit about health and wellness and safety, Rick did, and I just want to add a little bit more to that. Recent years, we've seen a sea change in rules and policies surrounding student athletes' health, wellness, and safety. The Pac-12 and the NCAA over the last several years have implemented numerous changes centered on time spent in training, practice, and competition versus time for academics, rest, recovery, and social activities. Also for playing rules designed to make our sports safer. And finally, requirements for ongoing medical care insurance and many other areas. But also beyond the rules, the Pac-12's leadership in the area of student-athlete well-being is reflected in its student-athlete health and well-being initiative, which began in 2013, centering on a grant program which has awarded millions of dollars in research support to scientists at conference institutions, including CU Boulder. And I'm very proud because I believe we are taking the lead, not only in the Pac-12, but in the country on research in these really crucial areas. And in May, the Pac-12 presidents and chancellors extended this initiative for another 5 years. Closer to home, this year the department will continue to lead in promoting, as Rick said, mental health awareness. And I'm proud of the student-led Boulder Buffs group and all that we do to support these students in their goal of destigmatizing mental health and providing support to each other and their peers. The Nebraska game on September 7th has been designated this year's mental health awareness game, and let's all be prepared to support the Buffs on the field and off. Also this year, we'll be embracing a new set of inter-association recommendations relating to the prevention of catastrophic injury of student athletes. From sportsmanship and protective equipment to conditioning, the recommendations emphasize the responsibility of athletics personnel in protecting and promoting the health, wellness, and safety of our student athletes. While these are recommendations rather than the rule, we will embrace them as best practices. Now it's my responsibility as Chancellor to relay my expectations that we abide by NCAA and Pac-12 conference regulations. And each of you shares the responsibility with me. College athletics is ever-changing, and the rules and regulations are changing for better protection of student athletes. It's important to support the Office of Compliance Services and to respect the intent of these changes. Student-athlete well-being is our utmost concern, and our approach must fall within the areas of regulations. Rick Silberry, Joe Japil, and Jill Keegan continuously inform me on our compliance efforts and our violations. It's imperative that we continue to work with our compliance office staffers, that's Jill and Kevin and Abby and Chase, to ensure that you are well informed. You should feel free to contact any one of them, day or night, to ensure that you are confident in your actions. We cannot operate in the gray areas. Last month, we finalized the 2019-2020 CU Boulder on-campus recruiting policy that went into effect August 1st. It is the duty of head coaches and all staff members to encourage the culture of appropriate recruiting activities. Please be sure to take the time to read this policy and thoroughly review it with your staff members and your student athletes. I expect that an orientation on the policy is presented to all student athletes before they serve as student host, and that this is reinforced by the coaching staffs prior to the visit. Head coaches will continue to assume responsibility for the actions of staff members directly or indirectly reporting to them. To wrap up, I have confidence you will maintain the highest ethical standards in all that you do, running a clean program, doing everything the right way, the Colorado way. I don't want to operate in gray areas and dance on the line that defines the boundary of a violation. I know there are coaches and programs out there that do that, but that's not our way at Colorado. Here at Colorado, you and your colleagues regularly come forward with small issues so that they don't become large issues, and I applaud you for that. Please continue to be diligent. As always, I encourage you to communicate. Communicating problems and issues promptly to supervisors and keeping the chain of command in the loop is vital to our success. So I want to thank you all again for being here this morning. Looking forward to this new academic year, and go Buffs.